Hello everyone. Welcome to A Million Things About Japan. I'm Machiko. I was born and raised in Japan, but I also lived in California for a little over 12 years. Then I moved back to Japan this past December. On each episode, I introduce Japanese food, Japanese culture and customs, and more. So please like and subscribe to the channel and get to know a little bit more about Japan with me. よろしくお願いします。Okay, let's get started. In your country, do you eat more rice or bread? The Japanese diet is very westernized, but our staple is still rice. It's probably more common to eat bread for breakfast nowadays, but the typical dinner includes a bowl of rice in Japan. Although there are some alternatives such as bread and pasta, Japanese people feel like we can survive as long as we have rice. Rice is the symbol of life in Japan. There is one huge issue we have been dealing with these days, which is a rice shortage. The biggest reason is the extremely hot summer of 2023. The quality of the rice was poor, and there was a shortage of rice available for distribution. The price of rice has doubled since then to about 4,000 yen for a 5-kilogram bag. Very, very expensive. This financial hit has affected Japanese households and restaurants as well. Even beef bowl restaurants, also known as Japanese gyudon restaurants, decided to raise their prices recently. This is a problem because gyudon is typically a very affordable food option. I heard the price of eggs are very high in the United States recently. It is close to $10 for a dozen. Is that true? That's crazy. Thankfully, egg prices here in Japan are reasonable, about 200 to 300 yen for 10 eggs. Otherwise, one of our favorite meal options, TKG, would disappear. Do you know what TKG stands for? It stands for Tamago kake gohan in Japanese. Don't worry, I'll explain what that is. Today's topic is all about eggs. Are you ready? Let's start with tamago. Tamago is the Japanese word for egg. Tama means a bowl, and go or ko means child in English. It could be said, 玉から子供になる, which translates to baby birds are hatched from a bowl. So people called eggs tamago. According to my research, chickens were first introduced to Japan from the Korean peninsula around 100 BC. In the year 675, Emperor Tenmu enacted the first ban on meat consumption based on Buddhist principles in Japan. Even though they did not eat chicken or eggs, Japanese people enjoyed having chickens around and kept them in their yard. The Japanese word for chicken is niwatori. Niwa means yard, and tori means birds in English. In the oldest Japanese book published in the year 712, which is called Kojiki, chickens are mentioned in a famous story. The most famous goddess in Japan, Amaterasu Omikami, is known as the sun goddess. One of the other gods treated her badly, and thus she fled and hid herself from the world in a cave. As a result, darkness fell onto Japan. Crops could not grow, and sickness spread. The first thing that the other gods tried to lure her out from the cave was bringing some chickens to sing for her, because chickens are considered as sacred birds bringing the sunlight out. So in Japan, we feel that the sound of chickens announces the beginning of the new day. By the way, in Japanese, chickens sing kokekokko instead of kakadoodoo. Isn't that interesting? Until the 12th century, the consumption of meat was banned many times, and many Japanese people came to view eating animal flesh as sinful. But during the Edo period, due to the first foreign influence in Japan, people began to eat chickens and eggs. An egg seller would walk around the town selling eggs by calling out Tamago, Tamago. Also, at that time, a book called Tamagoyaki was published, which contained 100 recipes for eggs, just for eggs. During the Meiji period, the poultry farming industry developed and the eggs became cheap and available to Japanese people. More and more people started eating eggs. Nowadays, the average annual egg consumption per person in Japan is 320. Yes, we Japanese eat about 1 egg per day, and that is one of the highest consumption rates in the world. How do we eat that many eggs in Japan? There are many ways, and one of the most common is Tamagoyaki gohan, also known as TKG. Tamago is eggs. Kake here means to pour over, and gohan means rice. So, very simply, it's a raw egg poured over rice. Did you just say, ew? The first person to eat raw egg on rice in Japan was Kishida Ginko, who was a businessman, educator, and Japan's first war correspondent. I don't know how he came up with the idea, but he typically had it for breakfast and recommended it to people around him. He would be very happy to know that his Tamagoyaki gohan is still loved even now. We pour a raw egg on warm rice and add a little bit of soy sauce. It is easy and simple, but believe me, it's delicious. Nowadays, there are even specialty restaurants. If you are interested but feel hesitant about eating a raw egg, trying it at one of those specialty restaurants may be a good idea. Their eggs are supposed to be very fresh and high quality. Another way to enjoy raw eggs in Japan is sukiyaki. Sukiyaki is a Japanese hot pot dish. Sliced beef is seasoned with sweet soy sauce-based stock and cooked with vegetables. We dip the cooked meat and vegetables into a beaten egg and then eat it. Don't worry, we cook eggs as well. Let me introduce Tamagoyaki. Tamagoyaki literally means cooked egg, and it is a Japanese-style omelette. Typically, Tamagoyaki is sweet in Japan. We beat the eggs with some sugar and cook it in a special rectangular pan for Tamagoyaki. Although it is not necessary, you can use a regular frying pan as well. Tamagoyaki is one of the most typical obento or Japanese-style lunchbox items and very popular especially with kids. Mothers make tamagoyaki for their kids' lunch because it is sweet and they enjoy the taste. You can also find tamagoyaki as a sushi ingredient. When tamagoyaki is cooked with some dashi, which is a soup stock, it is called dashimaki tamago. They are not sweet. Dashimaki tamago is a typical item on the menu at an izakaya, which is a Japanese-style bar and restaurant. Although I don't drink, I always love dashimaki tamago at an izakaya. You might have seen the tamagoyaki on a stick sold at Tsukiji Fish Market, for example. Typically, you will find a long line, but it's worth it. Another Japanese egg meal is oyakodon. Don is a rice bowl style dish with some toppings. Chicken is cooked with soy sauce, mirin, and sake. And the egg is mildly cooked and served on top of rice. It is called oyakodon because oya means parent and ko means child. Do you get it? Salmon roe, which are the fish eggs, is called ikura. Served together with salmon sashimi on top of rice is also called oyakodon. Do you get it? The next is omurice. Omurice is a bit more of a modern egg dish, I would say. Omurice is a dish that is named because it combines omelette and rice. First, prepare some tomato ketchup-based fried rice. If you want, you can add some vegetables such as chopped onions and bell peppers. You can also add some kind of meat as well. Sausage or chicken would be nice. Then, eggs are cooked in a pan. How to cook depends on the restaurant, but the eggs are served over the rice. Some are prepared with a very fluffy type of omelette, which seems very popular recently. But cooking a fluffy omelette is not very easy, so some places make a thick crepe-like omelette and wrap it around the rice. I make omurice this way at home and write some messages with ketchup on it. It's so much fun. Omurice was invented around the 20th century at the Western-style restaurant or yoshokuya in Japan. So, although it is Western style, omurice is considered a typical Japanese dish. The other day, one of my friends took me to an egg specialty restaurant. I didn't know this, but there is a street with many poultry farms and egg specialty restaurants. I wasn't sure what to order, so I thought about their TKG, but then she said, "You can just make that at home." That's true. So I ended up getting their signature omurice. It was very fluffy and yummy. I want to go back again soon and try other dishes. If I talk about eggs in Japan, I feel like I have to say something about egg sandwiches. Recently, they are crazy popular among non-Japanese people. I heard some overseas tourists ate egg sandwiches from a convenience store every day while staying in Japan. Why is it so popular? To Japanese people, this is a typical sandwich that we can make at home. Well, that's about it for now. Did you learn a lot about eggs today? Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe. I also have an Instagram account for a million things about Japan. You can find the link on the description. Alright then, please stay tuned for more episodes. Bye bye.